What's up, y'all? It's Coach Justin. We're here at the Sit Down Podcast. We have a very, very, very special guest, my guy, MJ. What's up, brother?
Man, what's up? How you doing?
I'm chilling, man. I appreciate you coming down.
Appreciate you for having me.
Obviously, it's our first time meeting.
Yeah.
Not my first time doing an interview with somebody I had never met before, so no worries. I got it.
Yep.
So, yeah, man, what's up? What's going on with you? First of all, how are you mentally? How's everything? I know you're in a transition right now, which we'll get to eventually, but just how is MJ as the person right now today? How would you say?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I was just talking about this with a couple people, but like, I'm in an uncomfortable spot, but not in a bad way. Just in a spot just where I ain't never been before. Like I was all my life. I was like, I was always fighting, having to prove other people for my worth, and like now it's kind of like, you know, my worth is kind of noticed for once, you know. So it's kind of, I'm getting this love that I used to dream of having. You know, I used to see other guys achieve, and I'm like, damn, I want that one day. And so it's weird, but it's like I'm blessed. I'm really blessed, and I'm just trying to find a way just to keep the main thing. You know, trying to stay focused on school, do what I, you know, because I know long season, it got me a little discombobulated a little bit, but I'm just trying to get back on track with that, and yeah, just stay in the moment though.
And, you know, believe it or not, I actually followed a little bit of your career because Mo would obviously send me stuff. And I'm a fan, obviously. I like the way you play a dog. I love everybody that just got that dog in them and just play hard. But we'll get to all of that as far as, like, you know, where you are now. But let's go back from the beginning, just young MJ, where you were born and raised, how it was for you growing up, and then we'll just start from there.
Man, born in Santa Clara, but grew up in Fairfield. And just growing up there, I mean, it's like the city itself, we just had a lot of talent. We had a lot of raw talent, but just a lot of us just needed discipline and just needed to be mentors to help us go in the right direction, you know. But that's why a lot of us play sports. And growing up, we it was always competitive, like, you know, it was always shit talking, whatever, you know, like you was always, I feel like each and every day growing up, you know, and practices and games and where I grew up was like, it was personal, you know, it was like games were really personal. So we just, as a kid, like you got to be at your best. So that gave me real early that dog, like, you know, because I couldn't punk away and at all. And I used to be the smallest one. I used to be the smallest kid, youngest kid where, you know, like AAU, I played 2 grades up, you know, football, like I was always the youngest one, the most smallest one. So it's like, it was like, I didn't pass the eye test at all. So I had to prove myself and just my work ethic, my everyday effort, and yeah, then the rest of the little stuff, you know, all the good stuff that you see, that's gonna come with it, you know. So yeah, that was me, like growing up, you know, just having to kind of prove myself along the way. Like I said, that's where kind of, you know, I got that dog from, and just growing up all the way to like I think like middle school is when I probably first played my 8th grade is when I finally played my age. And I mean, it was just like playing up on my life taught me, like, when I play my age, it's just dominant. So yeah, and then went to high school at Vacaville High School.
Let's slow down. Let me slow you down a little bit, because I want to, aside from sports, I want to talk about just life, right? Like, so how was the home life, you know, as far as parents, siblings, like, and we'll get it to the sports, but I like for my platform, I'm more of a mental health advocate, so I like to talk about the upbringing and like what shapes your mental to bring that dog out of you and kind of channel that energy into your athletic expression, if you will. You know what I mean?
I like that. I'm the same way too.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good
to know.
So let's talk about, again, if there's anything too intrusive that you don't want to answer, just say that. But let's talk about home life, like how it was with you growing up. Did you have siblings, mom and dad in the house? Yeah.
So both mom and dad, shout out them.
That's
and
dope.
Middle child, younger brother, older brother.
Oh wait. We ain't speeding past that. How was that? Did you used to get beat up? Because I got an older sister, right?
Nah, bro,
and my older sister, and these 2 dudes were like older brothers in my neighborhood too. So it was like I grew up with them.
You know, really, because like I had like a lot of old, like, quote unquote older brothers growing up. Like that's why I say when a lot of times I had to prove my strength, bro, just in life in general. They the reason why I always had to fight for, like, my dad wasn't the dad like to tell, like, you feel me, chill out on my son. Bro, he gonna tell me, he gonna get mad at me if somebody beating me up. Like, bro, show your dominance, like fight back. You know, he always be like, fight back. I couldn't look to him like, he like, don't look at me. So that's what it was. And especially I remember my older brother growing up, man, me and him used to bump heads so much. But you know, that's my older brother though. Like that's how it is.
What's the age difference?
So we all like 6 to 7 years apart. Depending, you know, when
all
the birthdays
boys?
happen. All boys.
Wow.
All boys. So yeah, like it's funny. We in the space right now though. We all kind of cool with each other, but we shouldn't talk mess around. But man, we had our stages where it was like we all never used to like each other.
That's funny. That's
so
funny.
it's cool. It's cool where we at now. Like especially with my older brother. Like that's my best friend. Like I call him anytime I need advice. He call me. Like and he my older brother. So it's like we there for each other. My younger brother. Like I mean, it's not like an everyday thing. You know how little brothers be, especially when they in high school. Like, but we got a lot of love. Like we always check in like 2 times a week. Just tell them I love you.
That's
like,
dope.
So yeah.
And so how was relationship with moms and pops growing up?
Oh, it was good. It was good. So like growing up, like I was mainly kind of with pops just because he was my coach. You feel me, for everything, all the sports and stuff. Like he was always involved in my life that way. So like if I wasn't in school, I was with pops because we going to the batting cages or going to the football field or you feel me, hooping outside, you know. And then but moms was always like moms was the morning person though. She always used to be the one like to take me to school. She used to have to deal with the bad beat that irritated me. You feel me? Because I have to wake up, get to school. You feel me? And then like I'll see her later in the night. But like then my pops was the rest of the day after school. So, but it was good. We real good relationship growing up. And yeah, like I said, just my pops was mainly always there. Moms used to. She used to come to as many games as she could. She still do work Saturdays. So it was always hard for her, but yeah, it was good.
So looking back on like let's say MJ today, how would you describe yourself as a kid growing up? Like, were you a bad kid? Were you?
I wasn't like a bad kid. I was hard headed. That's what it was for me. I was hard headed, but I was same person, goofy, cheesy, smiley, just that like. Like if we was the same age, I'm your annoying brother. You feel me? I always had to get like you always had to keep your eye, like your eyes on me in a respectable way. Make sure like I stay focused, making sure I'm not off task. Like I ain't gonna lie, in school I was a class clown. Like really? You feel me? Teachers knew where my head was at, my heart was at. Like I was a good kid. Like I was always a good kid. I was just like I said, hard headed. Like I ain't know when to stop. You feel me? I had to learn things the hard way, and then for me to be like, okay, you feel me? It wasn't just like you can't tell me once or twice just from words. Like I gotta learn something. Right. So that was me though, just growing up. But like looking forward now, like, you know, I'm kind of the same way. Like I really do still got to learn stuff the hard way. You feel me? But I'm matured now, of course. Like life like made me mature, especially the last couple of years. But we'll get to that. But like now I'm more matured and just, you know.
So did your older brother play sports too?
He did growing up all the way to high school. So
and then what about Pops? Did he play sports?
Pops played baseball. Hey, he was big baseball. That's all I know from. And he used to say he used to play in the backyard hooping. But from what I know from all the family, he a big baseball player though. So yeah.
So where do you remember? And I hate when people ask me this question, so I apologize. I gotta ask you. But do you know where your love of sports kind of came from, or do you remember the moment where you said, "I want to be an athlete"?
I mean, I just got thrown into. I was smart knowing that my pops put me into it to keep me busy. Like you know, but I ain't gonna sit here and say like. You feel me? I ain't love sports. Like there could have been times because he put me in 3 sports. I played baseball, football, and basketball all the way until middle school. Then I stopped playing baseball for a year. But I got back to it like a year after. But still, to that point, like I could have stopped or pouted or been like, I don't want to play this game or I don't want to go to this practice. But bro, I prided myself like to even as a kid, like I could have easily made an excuse, but I didn't. Like I went to every practice, I went to every game, played every game. I used to play a baseball game at 10 and have an AAU tournament at 2, and we made sure we made both. You feel me? So that's what I'm saying. I think that love was always there, but I would say as I got older, like. I think just basketball took over, and the reason why I had that was a different love is because basketball is a way of life for me. So
explain that. What do you mean by that?
Usually at times like I'll say this the first year where I kind of managed it just because I'm better in my mental health way. But basketball identified me so much that however my life was on the court will resemble how it is off the court or vice versa. So sometimes like I could think of just like, say I'm messing up in school or something, and I know I'm stressing over that, and like I could try to hide in disguise, like use basketball to try to hide what's going on, but I really can't. You feel me? Like if I know that I'm good in the classroom, I'm going to perform way better because I'm stress free. I'm only thinking about the game. I'm staying in the moment. But if I still have like something little on my mind, something about school or something about life, like that's really pulling me back, then it's gonna not allow me to reach my full potential mentally on the court, you know. So that's how deep. It was for me.
That's deep. So let's go. Let's take it like in chronological order. How were you? What high school did you go to?
I went to Vacaville High School.
Vacaville High School. Okay. So were y'all good?
So I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna sit here and say I changed the culture around, but like, cause there were people. So when I got there my freshman year, there was a foundation there already set. So I ain't gonna lie. Like when I got there, my varsity team, like I played on the freshman team my first year, then moved up to JV. But my first year, it was that varsity team was already had the foundation. Like they had the swagger, they had the, you know, because our Vacaville was seen as like just mostly, you know, mostly white and stuff like that, and it was like we was only a few black people. But I think we said like that year we set the culture, like just for the school. We set just for the school. So in that varsity team, we had the swagger, they had the confidence, like. And I ain't gonna lie, like not even trying to sound like this, but the white boys we had was cold. Like they was cold, bro. And they wanted to hoop for real. Right. So it was like we were committed, like as a team, and we had that swagger. And when you have that swagger as a team and that confidence, it's gonna already take you somewhere. So like I remember because my freshman year at the playoffs, I got pulled up, so we made playoffs that first year, but we ended up losing. But it's still like, you know, we weren't seen as a basketball school. My dad took me there to play football. He wanted me to play football. Like, for my life. So that's the crazy thing. And then basketball, like I could swear when I first got there, that's when it was like we start turning it up a little bit.
So you played freshman basketball your freshman year. And then you played JV also.
I played. So I eventually got pulled up to JV by conference.
Okay.
So I played season with freshmen, like a non-conference, then conference with JV.
And then playoffs, you got moved up to varsity. And then sophomore year, you played varsity?
Sophomore year, just played varsity.
Okay, bet. So freshman year, who'd you play AAU with?
I was just playing with Cali Stars. It was like a family-oriented just AAU team I've been playing with since I was about 6, 7 years old that we've been together. And we were nice. You feel me? It's just we didn't have the exposure.
And the names and the big
names.
Right.
The
like,
hype. You feel me? But we used to beat the teams, like, you feel me, all the elite teams that used to like be trying to like come up at the time that now you see who's popping. We used to beat them all before they used to be like big names. But yeah, so that's who I played with all the way until I got to my junior year of high school.
So did you ever feel discouraged because see, I didn't get to play my first 2 years of high school because I tore my ACL, right? Yeah. And back then it was like you tear your ACL, you out for damn near 2 years. Like now you can get back in 8 months. For sure. So, but I remember I was very depressed, right? And I was similar. I went to Amador Valley first out of middle school. So I graduated from Bret Harte Middle School. Then I went to Amador Valley in Pleasanton. So again, I'm the only black person on the team. So then you take basketball away from me. Now I'm like, now what? I gained hella weight. I was failing my class. And I'm a pretty smart guy. You know, school was always easy for me. But I was so, again, like you said, I didn't have basketball there. And that was like my sanctuary at all times. You know what I mean? So it was like, that was my escape from me losing friends and me, you know, losing family members, all the things that we go through in our community.
That's what I'm saying.
You see what I'm saying in our upbringing?
I know exactly what you mean.
And then I never forget, I remember like, you know, my class, I graduated in 09 and our class was loaded, bro. Like at that time, if you don't go D1, you like frowned upon, just to be honest with you, you know what I mean? So I remember being a freshman and thinking like, fuck, I'm the only one out on varsity because I'm hurt. You know what I mean? Or I only played 2 years of varsity, but all my guys played 3 and 4 years of varsity. So when you coming in as a freshman, did that ever discourage you knowing like, damn, I'm not on varsity right away? Or were you just kind of still slow walking everything, if you remember?
Almost definitely, because like the thing is, like people knew, like especially like people knew, like I switched cities, like from Fairfield going to Vacaville basically, and it's like at Fairfield everybody knew me. Like if I were to go to the school like I was supposed to kind of go to,
which one was that?
I would have Vanden.
Okay.
Then I would have possibly been a freshman on varsity, or I would have been on JV. Like now, I'm on freshman, so it's just like it was a little bit like, damn, like I feel like I'm starting from like ground zero, like lower than kind of where I was, and it's just like, okay, then but at the same time, like it was more just me like just staying in the moment, like, okay, I'm gonna just prove y'all wrong. Like I knew I was in a different situation, and it's politics, like they don't know me,
right?
So then but once like I said, once they seen what I can do, that's when they was like,
it's funny you say that because I never forget I was at Amador, right? And again, no basketball, so they didn't know, and I'm an introvert, right? So I don't really fuck with people like that. I'm better at it now because I have to be, again, maturity and all those things. But growing up in the city, you get that chip on your shoulder. You don't trust nobody, all these things that we go through when we grow up. So I remember being at Amador. My first 2 years, I was like, I would like eat lunch by myself type shit. Okay. You feel me? Okay. And it's like, I went from being hella popular with a lot of charisma, knowing everybody, to like being one of the people, they probably looked at me like a weirdo at the time. You feel me? But I'd never forget, bro, since the first home game, from that moment on, my junior year when I could play, oh, bro, it was like night and day. The bitches love me. Like,
that's what I'm saying, bro.
It was like, crazy. Damn, it was crazy.
Like I used to, bro. It's crazy as hell because my freshman year, because of football, we used to call each other by our last names freshman year. That's what my whole freshman year up until basketball season they call me Amey. After that, ever since it's been MJ.
That's
MJ.
That's
you feel me? Now it's not even MJ. Now they call me different nicknames and stuff.
That same year I had nicknames
so
too.
It's like, you feel me? The evolution. Like, you feel me? I really did have to go there and like say I'm here. Like, this is me, bro. Like, and they respected that, and I'm glad they did. Like, I'm not mad at them. I can't be mad at them. They don't know who I am. So
so let's talk about football a little bit before we go back to hoop. Did you play freshman football also?
I played freshman.
Okay, what position did you play?
I played cornerback that year.
Really?
Yep.
So, but were you always tall?
Hell nah.
Talk about that. When did you hit your growth spurt?
I was about 5'4", bro, my freshman year, bro.
What? You know what's funny? When I graduated middle school, I was 5'6", bro.
Word.
Yep. And I swear I had my ACL surgery.
Yeah.
And I kid you not, bro. By the time I got back from my ACL surgery, I was like 6 feet.
Bro, that's crazy.
I don't know how I shot up. And my mom and dad are both short.
They put some shit in
I know, right? I was like, shit, fuck it. But so at this point, if you had to rank basketball and football, which one is number one for you at this point?
I mean,
as a freshman.
Oh, as a freshman. Yeah. Basketball was, because my freshman year of football didn't go the way I wanted to. But we had a lot of talent. So like I said, like, I found where I could get on the field, and that was at corner. You feel me? I knew like our running back spot was filled, and it was this. Like I said, I moved to a whole different city. If I would have went to Vanden, okay, I could have played the position I wanted to. But even from football, it was politics. I couldn't. They didn't want me at running back. They wanted me at receiver. None of that. You feel me? So I played defense, bro. I was a hell of a corner that year. I can't lie, because I was locked in on that. So yeah. So basketball was ahead because I was just looking forward to basketball season, bro. Because like, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of my other teammates, like, not even hating or nothing, but it's still like they was getting a lot of the shine, like, you feel me. And then I, like, of course, being a corner, bro, like, you know how it is, like a football, bro. Unless you getting hella picks or this or that, you're not really gonna get.
And
too much,
only people that know that you nice in corners, people that know football.
Yeah. You feel me? So like, I was doing my job. Like I said, I had a hell of a season at corner, and then I was just like, I told they ass, I said, when basketball season come, I'm finna be churned. Like, y'all gonna see a different me. And that's what it was. Like I said, I had to come in freshman. Like, motherfuckers used to come to the freshman games. Don't get me wrong, I ain't gonna lie, they knew. So I used to go crazy freshman. And then when I got to JV, I remember the first JV game I played, I led the team in scoring.
Oh wow.
So it's like, you feel me? It's just like, I just always had a boulder. Freshman. Like, yeah, I always had a like forget it, fuck a chip, bro. I always carried a boulder. Right. Like I always gonna give more than what what people expect, or even what I expect sometimes.
And then that next summer, did you stay with that same AAU team too?
So going to my sophomore year, I did. That was my last season. Okay. And then, then my sophomore season, that's when
now you're on varsity for your high school.
Sophomore season, that's what I'm saying.
And then you were getting minutes?
Yeah. So I started off like with kind of like, not chump change minutes, but I was getting in, here and there, because like I was, like I said, working hard to practice, but it was competitive as hell. Like, I was the youngest person on the team, like I said, bro, shortest person on the team, skinniest person on the team, but like I just had that dog. It was just something you feel me? Like, I had to be on the court because I was going to produce some way. You're not always in the points, but so then I remember, I think some couple injuries happened. Like early on, I forget what happened. Some guys like weren't able to be in the rotation no more. I think it was maybe eligibility. I forget. But like, it opened the door up for more minutes, and I kind of got that role because I was most consistent in just my energy and how I was on the court. Then eventually I start really bringing in points and doing other stuff to help us. And then eventually, I think in conference, that's when I starting. And then I was in for key minutes. Like, I was in at the end of the games. You feel me? And then, so then that's how that season went. Like, I worked my way up to, being in the key role. Not saying I was in, I was not the best player. Like, I was probably the third, fourth, whatever. But, I was putting in about 7 points, getting in boards. I was bringing in defense. Like, I was doing little stuff. So, playing my role, you know? So.
And then who'd you play AAU with that following season? Did you play football too sophomore year?
I played football my whole years of high school. I played football just as much as I did basketball.
And you went back to baseball too?
Nah, I got cut my freshman year.
For real?
But look though,
don't give me no excuse.
Nah, our baseball team is raw as hell. They want state. They want state every year. I've been base runner just to get the ring. Like, you feel me? They could even find value in me in that. Like, what's the hell?
For real, I feel you.
Nah, but I wasn't too hurt about it. You feel me? But in that meantime, I did go do track. I think freshman year I competed for real, but sophomore year I didn't want to compete, but I got forced to a couple meets. But I just wanted to get back in shape. You feel me? Practice. I like jumping though. I did high jump freshman year. That's what I did do. That shit was cool. Long jump.
Okay. So sophomore year going into junior year, who'd you play AAU with?
I played Cali Stars that one more year.
Okay.
And then I played Rampage that year.
Who's the coach for Rampage?
Coach Bracey, Brandon Bracey.
I know him.
Yeah, that's my guy. Shout out B.
Yeah. I think we follow each other on Instagram.
Yeah, that's my guy. So.
You guys got a lot of alumni that came out of that program.
Yo,
that's
it's crazy,
doing well.
Bro.
It's funny because
bro. He changes bro. People gonna look on my success and what I did in my time in the Bay Area or whatever. But him, bro. Oh my gosh, he done changed so many kids' lives. Like. Way more than me. Like, I'm just getting noticed right now, but there's so many kids under the radar, that's doing their thing. And shout out to y'all. Y'all know Team Rampage, all that. Like, you know me, love y'all. And shout out Bracey. Like, he really doing it, bro. Like, he need more love and respect. And yeah, that's my guy forever.
Yeah, because I follow him on Instagram for sure, and I always see him posting clips of his alumni that play for him, and they're always in college.
Yeah, and they be doing their thing,
it's
bro.
dope. Yeah.
Like they really
putting up numbers though.
Yeah, I'm just blessed enough that I got just one enough. That's I'm just blessed to have enough. Some guys I know they kind of got to go through it right now, just being at a maybe at a JUCO or just a D2 smaller school, but you feel me? I know they loving where they at though. That's because I know who they are.
You know what's funny about that though? These days, and I was just talking to my uncle about this. I think Saturday he called me about a kid that he wants me to train or something, but. And we brought up the Rampage because he didn't know the name of the team, but it's called 707 Rampage, right?
Yeah,
or something like that. Yeah. So
that's exactly what
so he couldn't remember the name, and I thought that's what it was, and I'm not sure if that's what it was. But what I was saying is when it comes to anybody that's able to play college basketball today, it's a blessing.
It's
bro. With the transfer
with
portal,
everything going on. Bro.
And I know a lot of college coaches just from me being a player, getting recruited, and coaching at the collegiate level, and just coaching period, and just. So when people, bro, can you call this school for this person? It's bro, a lot of these coaches aren't taking high school kids anymore,
bro,
straight out of high school.
So that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm I'm glad I'm in this position so I could give game back. I'll be talking to Bracey all the time. We talk about this, bro, because Bracey been in the game. He know bro. Now that I'm in this position and I know how it works, bro, it's not as simple.
Yep.
So if I can give any game back to, you feel me, whoever's in high school or whoever's hooping, just, if you get to any level, bro, that's okay. Because I was stuck in a stereotype of I gotta go D1 too. Right. You feel me? Right. But and like I said, I'm blessed I did. And some people are blessed to get the opportunity, but just to be at any level and just maximizing your best ability there is what's important. Right. You feel me? I could just have went D1, but I could have just been a D1 be a D1 basketball player, bro. Nah, I'm trying to,
make an impact.
Did, but I'm trying to. My motive, my mindset going in was I'm trying to be something bigger. I want to be known.
That's dope. So how did you guys do your junior year with your actual high school team?
So my junior year, sophomore year we were good. Lost first round playoffs. I ain't gonna lie, but they was a raw ass team. That was a raw team. A good amount of those kids I actually see in college and stuff. So yeah. But my junior year it was a rough year. It was. We won a lot of preseason games, but we got to conference and we kind of flopped. But
who's in that conference? Rodriguez.
So it was
Fairfield?
At that time. I think that was the first year the new MEL. That was so Vanden had joined Fairfield, Armio, Rodriguez. But before that, Vintage and Napa. I don't know if you know them. They was in it, but they left. And then so basically all the Fairfield schools was and Wilsey Wood. Okay. And then my junior year it was bad, but we had a whole new team. I was the only returning, me and one other player, I want to say. were the only returning people from the team. Me being the only returner that played minutes.
Yeah.
So we had a whole new. I was the only junior. We had all sophomores, one senior.
So at that point, does your role change?
I had to, because I had to go from being a role player to a leader to the top scorer. So it's like I got thrown in a fire, and you got to think, like, it's not like in college now where I got a whole year to really prepare for a season. I was playing football still. Like I said, I was doing other stuff. So I'm training. And football right before basketball. Yeah. So I'm going from football shape, trying to get to basketball shape within 1 week of the season, And that's why, like, the first couple of weeks, I'll always be, like, trying to find my way. But, like, I picked it up. But that, like, I couldn't complain at all what I did my junior season, especially just with, especially at that point, I still didn't have no trainer. I was just really working by myself in my driveway. So then, and I did what I did. I got respect from a lot of people going in the right direction. And then that's when Bracy, like I said, got enough so people could recognize. That's when Bracy had saw me and recognized me and asked me to play AAU with him. At the same time, that's when I found my trainer, Mark, around like February, so when the season was ending. So my friend that put me on, he was like, let's go to this. I got a trainer, bro. Like, and I was usually like, bro, like, I don't know. I don't know what it was for me about the longest time, but I'm like, I know I could have had a trainer if I really wanted to, like, but I just wasn't like, I'm like, cool. Like, who can teach me what I knew I'm a student of the game. Like, bro, I just watch and go do, you feel me? So, and go work on it. But I'm like, some told me it was like, just go try it out. So I went to go with him one session, and then like that first impression, like, you feel me? It was like, it was mutual. Like, we both made each other halfway. I feel like with the respect and like we were like, we want to help each other grow. Like, he wanted his training pro, like he wanted to get somewhere. Like, he actually still wanted to play pro at the time, but he wanted to get somewhere. Mark Jeffries. Shout out Mark. You feel me? You already know who he is. Mr. GGT basketball.
Okay.
Yep. So, but yeah, so I got with him, and then the rest is pretty much.
Where's Pops at in this moment?
Pops is
like, is he still fully invested in you and like helping you get to where?
I ain't gonna lie. And he could say otherwise. He ain't believe basketball. He ain't believe I was gonna go with basketball. He ain't think basketball was gonna be it for me.
Really?
Like, he ain't think I was gonna get college basketball, let alone D1. Like, D1 was.
He still wanted you to do football.
He believed it was gonna be football.
And at this point, are you turning the corner in football?
I ain't gonna lie. I still had love. Like, I still got love for football now.
Right.
If I could, if you tell me I go do two sports, I ain't gonna lie. I low-key consider it, but that's a lot.
Yeah.
Still, like,
yeah.
My love for football is still there. Don't get me wrong, but I'm like, it's not the next level. Like, my body, I'm the smallest, skinniest kid still. Like, I didn't hit no growth spurt until kind of my senior year, going to my senior year of high school. But like, I just knew I was like, football. Nah, like, I'm gonna push all my marbles for basketball. I got the opportunity to really be. I felt it like it was something. Like, I feel like I got the opportunity to really be great at this. And like, especially a lot of people at that time probably didn't see the same thing, and maybe some people could have said it, but did they really believe it? You feel me? So it was like, especially looking back now, it's like I knew I didn't have a lot of support and he was the one who really was like, you can do this. Like, he told me, like, the first day I met him, like, you gonna play D1 basketball. And I was just, and I didn't even match the image. So, yeah.
So what about, how was obviously going from your family rooted type AAU team and then jumping over to Rampage? Was it like a different feel? Did you feel any type of pressure? Were you nervous about it? Like, how was that transition for you?
Yeah, it was like I said, it was uncomfortable because I was playing, like I said, when I say I've been playing with that AAU team before for my whole life, like, I really mean it, like from 6 years old to when I was 15, 16. So, I mean, like, it was always a love, like, and the loyalty, like that and that's how I am. Like, I'm really loyal, you feel me? But to make a real decision that can, like, that's better for me is hard, but like, I know sometimes, like, I have to make it,
That's
what
rare
it
these
was.
days too. That's very rare,
yeah,
bro. So I commend you for that, because especially with the hype these days and social media and all that shit, that's rare for people.
Especially
to be
with like
loyal.
what I just did, like, leaving San Jose, like, I had nothing to do with, people think all the NIL, like, I had nothing to do with that. I maximized my time there. I gave everything I had, but that's for, down the line. But as far as that situation, it's kind of similar, in which, like, I knew I gave them everything I had, and it was time for me just to, like, really go try to be maximized and see who I am, And with Rampage, it was I was with more kids from around the Bay. Yeah. So, like, like they was like real hoopers, like background, like black top hoopers, bro. So like when I say I had to come prove myself and kind of get that more dog, that's what it was. And with them, and I mean having to prove myself, and I mean since trials, like trials basically set the foundation of what he's trying to breed, and he's trying to get us to the next level. That's the difference, you know. We were kind of playing for wins with like the rest. My AAU was for the rest of the time, but Bracy, that's what I'm saying. He's trying to develop you to the next level. Like we gonna be in the right positions, the right get the right exposure and this and that. But like he gonna put you in positions to get to the next level.
No, that's real though, because even like I said, I coach a young AAU team that's like, you know, the babies still. I got a 10U and 11U team, and I tell people all the time, it's like it's easy for me to go get a bunch of super talented kids and just try to go win games and sit in a 2-3 zone the whole damn game, but that's not helping these kids.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean? And I really noticed that because when I was even coaching at Dominguez, that's a Division II 4-year school. And kids are coming in and don't even know how to do a basic shell drill. They don't know basic principles. And it's just like, bro, who the hell coached y'all? You know what I mean? But that's why I say the loyalty that you speak about is rare, because kids just want to jump from AAU team to AAU team just so they can play games. And it's like, and I was the same way. Like my AAU team was family rooted, and we ended up being one of the best in the country at the time. Like I graduated the same year as Kawhi Leonard, DeMarcus Cousins. And I'm playing against all these dudes. And we smacking them niggas though. Like,
that's crazy.
And my team we didn't have all the big names and shit, but I mean, we had a full sponsor and everything, so we travel and playing in all the big time tournaments and all that shit. But it was like, again, I never played soldiers, but I refused to. You know what I mean? Because it was like they'll recruit over you. You know what I mean? They'll have you for so long until they find somebody better. Then next you know you got to go find a new home.
Politics, bro. When you get to that point,
exactly. So let's jump into senior year. How was senior year now? Going into you for high school.
I ain't gonna lie. From start to finish, senior year was. That one was legendary.
Really?
That one was like, okay, he
have you hit your growth spurt at this point?
Yeah. That's when I grew to about like 6 foot, 6'1". And then
how tall are you now?
My bounce came, I'm about 6'2", 6'2.5".
Bro, you're taller than that for sure. But go ahead.
I don't know, bro. My team, I'll be trying to look, bro. My teammates, bro. Y'all be trying to like discredit my height. Like, I be trying to tell them, bro, I'm about like 6'3", bro.
For sure, gotta be.
Nah, they be like, you 6'2", just because they tall as hell, like. But yeah. But
so what position do you play?
Position? I played the 2.
Okay.
But at that time, I was the one. I was a combo guard actually my whole entire time. Like at that time I was mainly bringing the ball up, but like I was off the ball too, because they knew like I'm a threat off the ball as well. So. But yeah, that senior year, like it's crazy funny. I hooped in some camo 10s, Jordan 10s, and. Shoot, bro, I just never put them on, never looked back.
How was y'all team? Was y'all team good?
Our team was good. Actually. We ended up making playoffs, but like, yeah, we ain't make it far. But like, as far as like the improvement from the last year was a total 180. Like we won, we were winning. Like, you know, like we wasn't losing games in a row. Like we'd lose one, okay, bounce back next game and keep going and win like 3 in a row. We won some key games against some great teams. And
are you getting recruited at this point?
No, not at all.
Really?
Nothing.
So okay, where are you at mentally then? Since there's not even letters or anything?
Yeah, nothing.
Really?
Nothing.
Damn, bro.
So at the time, I mean, during the season, I was staying in the moment. It was fun as hell because I was still getting like so much love, because I was like, each game was like, you feel me, like not trying to even put be cocky, but like it was get your popcorn ready. Like it was, people were they would tell me like they were entertained and would come see me. Like games were packed out because like, you know, I have old friends or, you know, family come and see me. Like they wanted, you know, to come see me play. So
what'd you average? Do you remember?
27.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what's funny? I went D1 and I averaged like 9 points in high school.
Really? See, I mean, it really depends.
But my high school was like, we were number 2 in the country.
Okay, see, that's what I'm saying. You can get like me, I really had to get like 25 plus points per game. And even then I feel like shit, I was trying to get 30 to be real. It
was funny, bro. When I transferred from Amador to Mac, I had, before schools even saw me touch a basketball, I had offers. Really? Swear to God, yeah. Because I mean, but that's how good we were. You know, it was like, I was a big guard. I could shoot it. Everybody kind of knew that. I had a high IQ and all those things. So like my reputation, the coaches didn't even really need to see me play. And there was like a lot of local schools like Fullerton, Riverside, like all those schools. They were just like, shit, sign. If you want to sign, you want to sign. I signed late. I ended up waiting. I signed like
now, the reason
the last
I
signing period.
feel like with like back then, bro. Like schools would take risk on kids who have potential because they knew they had 3-4 years with them. Like they knew they would help them maximize.
That's a good point.
But now it's like they want them like it's now
ready now. Yeah,
you feel me?
Yep.
So yeah, but that's
so did you play? Did you play AAU your senior year too? After senior year?
I did.
Okay. With Rampage again?
Yeah.
So you went back on the circuit?
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, we weren't even a circuit team, but we played circuit teams.
Well, back then we didn't really. Well, what year did you graduate high school?
2020.
God damn, I'm old, bro. God damn.
Yeah.
So wait, so your senior year was COVID?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So did you get to finish your senior year?
Actually, yeah, like it got shut. Yeah, it was bad. It got actually we didn't even get. Well, if I remember, we didn't even get AAU. Yeah, huh? We didn't even get it. Cause then what I ended up doing was going to prep school.
You went prep. Where'd you go?
I went to Scotland Prep.
Where's that
It was in Pennsylvania.
Okay. How was that?
Crazy. It was crazy.
Okay, before we get to you being there, when that becomes an option, like what's your mindset?
What,
like,
the prep school option?
Just leaving home.
Okay,
that's what I'm talking about.
So it started like this. So boom, senior year ended, no offers. I think there was probably maybe one school that was interested. Maybe, I don't even know. I don't think there was. I would have remembered. So then I'm about to go play AAU, preparing to play AAU, but the COVID thing happened. Boom, everything shut down. So it's like, the whole world shut down. We ain't really thinking about basketball at the point. And then, when things get back into it, and I'm still training, working out, but it's like I ain't gonna lie. That time I had no desire. I was just training just to go, just having some type of options, So first we were thinking going JUCO. I had a couple of visits to JUCO schools and real powerful, good JUCO schools where I could have went out to D1 after a year or two.
Now, when you thinking about prep school and leaving out of the state, did you always want to go to school out of state?
So to keep going. So this is the whole thing. So I was planning to play with Rampage, but then Lake Show got in the picture. So Lake Show.
I love Lake Show.
Yep.
Bro.
So, but the thing was, I was deciding if I wanted to go to Lake Show or stay with Rampage, but I chose Rampage. I'm like, bruh, I like Bracy. I like what he's preaching, and he's I fuck with the process, and Lake Show. So what was gonna come with Lake Show and Wizard, while I was considering it, would be I would possibly go to Prolific. So I was.
His son coached there, didn't he? The younger son coached there, didn't he? I know the dad, Joe Fuca.
Yeah.
I think this younger son coached there.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure who was coaching.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah. So then and then my trainer not out of nowhere, but in the process, my trainer knows one of the assistants, really cool. One of the assistants at Scotland named Sully, Coach Sully. Shout out Sully. And they went to college together and stuff like that. So then they know each other, and that's how they got that started being in the works, and then it became reality. And then
were you nervous about going that far?
I was very nervous. I was like, I don't know, I didn't know what I was doing. I don't think I realized the big jump that I made because I was so locked in on the main goal. I was trying to get to the next level, and I knew this was a big risk. I knew how much money and investment my parents were putting into this, and how much my village was putting into this, and I was just like, bro, I'm so focused on just I really want to go here, do my job, and come out with something. That was my only thing. So, but I knew it was real, especially when my parents left me when I was over there, when they said my final byes, and I'm just in that room by myself. It's like, damn, this is really happening. So yeah, it was very nervous, but I was ready because just like I said, I had a purpose. I was going out there with a purpose, so nothing was gonna stop me from reaching what I was trying to go out there to do.
And then how was that season?
Crazy.
In a good way or bad way?
Great way.
Okay.
Best thing I ever did was not saying best thing I ever did, but one of the best things I ever did was bet on myself to go to Scotland. You feel me? Because first of all, going to the East Coast, it's a whole different type of ball game, whole different type of toughness. When you talk about that dog again, built up there, I had to be a different type of dog. You feel me? Because that's real bully ball. No handouts, no thank yous, nothing.
It's now they combo guards are 6'4", 6'5".
They combo guards is 6'4", 6'5". Bulky.
Yep.
You feel me? Grown men, bro. And I was going there, no name. People coming there because the COVID thing happened. So people the prep school that year was popular as hell. So we come 5 stars coming in, 4 stars. Everybody with names. Everybody was promised who's gonna go to a D1 at the next level already, bro. I had zero, nothing. Come in there, nobody know me. Start on the C team. There's 3 teams. Start on the C team. Play on the C team. Kind of prove myself. You feel me? And the thing was, we all kind of practiced. We mixed who practice together, like we just selected games, like teams within the games. So then when we all practice like different, so you can be with the best nigga could be with the worst.
Oh wow!
So it was a mixture. But when we came to game times, then they pick what team. So I started on the C team, and then worked my way to be on the B team. Then started being was real productive on the B team, and then from there I remember we had Christmas break for a minute, and then when we came back, I don't know. I remember the AA. So I played an AAU tournament while I was when I was in winter break with Rampage with Bracy. We was at the facility in Arizona, and I think from there because I remember my last game I played at Scotland before the break, I went crazy. Like I was going crazy that tournament, and then went to that tournament for AAU and just I don't know, I unleashed it's just everything I worked on at Scotland was shown there. I didn't see the process, I didn't see it along the process though. But when that AAU tournament, boom, I seen it. So that gave me the confidence I needed. So I worked that whole winter break, came back to Scotland, and they just seen a different person, and I went on the A team. Was barely playing on the A team. Then I started getting some minutes because I started hustling. Points was the last thing they were worried about. They were like more turned off my energy. Like they used to call me Mr. Energy, And then out of nowhere, one game I had 5 steals and I had 29 points. And then from there, that's when it's just okay, now he's a key factor on our team. And then boom, it's just rest is history. Like I said, did that, ended the season with averaging 15 plus points on the A team, and being on there for about a month or two, and then one of our last games, I had 27 points in the second half.
Damn.
So yeah, I did. Like I said, I went there with a purpose, and I ended up doing what I was supposed to do. It didn't. And one thing I want people to know though, it didn't look pretty at all in the beginning. It was hard. Especially being away from home, then it's not going well. There was more shit days than days where I was man, I'm cool, but I just stay with it, just kept working, and then the process you're gonna see eventually everything that you're doing is gonna pay off, and even if it's just a glimpse, and then after that you keep pushing. It could just take one more push for you to really get to where you want to go. So
it's dope to hear you say how much you bet on yourself. On top of the fact that how you mentioned earlier, how you're off the court and on the court moods kind of coincide with each other. So it's to hear you kind of weather that storm and not give up, especially today when a lot of kids are so entitled, you know what I mean? And it's with the transfer portal and like I said earlier, with the jumping through AAU teams, it's soon as something doesn't work out here, they go here and this and moving around. And the fact that you stuck it out and saw it through and then saw the success is dope to me. You feel me? So at what point does the recruitment start?
It's crazy because I come back home. It's slow. The recruitment was slowly there, but I still ain't had no offers. You feel me? I had people saying, "Oh, you have interest from here," but no coaches was really hitting me up, bro. Now I see, compared to how it is now, I ain't gonna lie. Okay, I see. No, nobody was hitting me up for real. So nobody really cared about. Nobody was I was not on nobody's radar for real. They was just calling me just to, you feel me? Probably just to see how I was doing, checking up. But yeah, nah, nothing. When I came back home, nothing. I was really even more depressed and drawn down. I was still, I said, yeah, I was training, but I was really training with no hunger, you feel me? And then so
at this point, it was just more part of your routine.
That's exactly what it was. And we're trying to figure out different plans to go from here. I ain't gonna lie. There was times where I'm bro, I'm done. I gave basketball my all, bro. If I can't, I feel the love at that point wasn't the amount of love I put into it was not coming back. You feel me? And then it was just bro, I don't know. It would have been crazy. This would be crazy if I really didn't want to go to prep school to a JUCO. What the, you feel me? So yeah, and then
it's funny how we talking about that and that phone keep ringing.
So then boom, get back home, and then I take a couple weeks off, and then I start playing AAU again because I had until April something, last week in April to play AAU. So I play AAU, but even then, bro, I'm running on fumes. I'm just trying to give my last few, bro. And I was going crazy doing my thing still. And then I remember I was just nothing, still nothing. And then it was one more tournament until I could play, until I couldn't play no more. And then I remember told my parents, yeah, I'm finna go try to play. I'm gonna go play this AAU tournament in Arizona with Bracy. They're nah, you can't, you can't go. I'm what you mean? She said, they was because I just had got back from Atlanta. They were literally just got back from Atlanta. They're like, you just got back from Atlanta, like you not tired? I'm like I don't have a reason to be tired. Like I'm like trying to get this offer. Like that's the only thing in my mind. And they're just like, they were scared I was gonna get injured because I'm doing too much, which is reasonable. Like they had all the reasons for me not to go, but I'm like, nah, I can't. No, I need this one like bad. So they were like, well, you got to pay for it on your own. So I'm like, all right. And then I remember like that week, I had a week to do it. So I would just train, like wake up at 5, train all the way throughout the day until about like 6, 7 p.m. and DoorDash all the way throughout the night until like midnight. You feel me? Then wake up, do the same thing every day till I made enough. And when that tournament came, and I just had made enough like the day before. And then, yeah, boom, went on that tournament, and boy, like that was a tournament. Like the thing was, I wasn't worried about recruitment. Like the crazy thing is the tournament that got me the offer is the tournament I was least worried about the recruitment. I was just worried about hooping. Like it was my last AU tournament. How do I want to go out? So I mean, I didn't unleash. Like remember that first game had like we only had 6 players. We all drove in one car. You feel me? One parent drove the other kid. So like we was just going like that's what I like about Rampage. Like we really had to like earn it, bro. You feel me? And yeah, like I said, first game I had 34. Boom, set things off the gates. And then I got injured the second game, so I ain't play that much. But the third game, like off the injured ankle had 41. Boom, I had 40 the next game. You feel me? I dropped the record of the most points in the game in that tournament that was held. Like you feel me? And the history. So went there, like I said, did my job. You feel me? Did what I was supposed to do. Then driving on the way back, like on the car ride back, literally, like we just chilling, just talking, having fun. Either way, it was a fun ass trip. We just chilling, bro. Like I said, I wasn't even thinking about basketball. Oops.
Oh, you good?
But and then out of nowhere, boom, my AAU coach get a call. I'm in the passenger seat, in the driver's seat. He get a call. Bracey get a call, like, and then he like turn the music down, like, bro, this Coach Ben. I'm like, and then we know him because he was the one coach who was recruiting me through Portland, but he ended up getting fired from Portland, and then the COVID thing happened, so we stopped talking. But he double backed, called Bracey, and he had just got hired on the San Jose staff because they had just cleaned like fired everybody, and then got a new coaching staff, and yeah, they was like really serious off the bat. Like I was like, nah, like usually it takes a couple weeks, like it's the first phone call, but nah, they was off the bat like boom. And then the next day, got on a Zoom call and offered me, and wow. I signed within that week.
That's dope, bro. Salute to that.
So
now, where's your mindset now? Does this like a sigh relief?
I'm like, man, everything finally. Like I'm thinking this is like the NBA Finals to me. I ain't gonna lie, because it's like, not only did I get an offer, I got a Division I offer. You feel me? And like I ain't care what it was. All I needed was opportunity. I knew that. And that was everything to me. And like you said though, like I had a lot of other stuff going on, but like that like covered a lot. Like you feel me? So and keep that in mind. Like I said, I still had a lot of stuff, but like that, like I didn't give, like I don't care, like because I got an offer. The one goal I've been chasing since I was a kid. You feel me? Like a Division I offer. So boom, we turned celebrating, and then right back to work, and then then on to my freshman year.
How many years did you do at San Jose?
3.
Okay, so how was freshman year?
Freshman year was crazy. Like I said, like it was wild. It was similar almost to Scotland's like process, but like coming in, I remember we had like a meeting about like where we are in the rotation. He flat out told me, like you last in the rotation. Like, but that's not how it has to be, and you have the opportunity and practice and stuff to work for those minutes, but just that's where you are right now. And, and that's why I always will have love for Coach Miles. Shout out Coach Miles. And, like I know we made, I made my decision, but like shout out to him, if it wasn't for him, bro, just giving me a chance and a lot of other things that he helped me out with along the way, like, I wouldn't be here in this position. So shout out to him, first of all. And then, but yeah, that's what he told me. And then I remember like I was the only person on scout team, bro, like the only person. Like, so, and at that time, basically, when you're on scout team, like, you already kind of know you're not getting minutes, like.
Were you able to travel with the team?
I was able to travel.
Okay,
like,
cool.
I was in, like, position to play. Like, I was going to suit up, but, like, not like I wasn't going to get no minutes. But, like, this is kind of like, yeah, like, that's where I was. And I remember, like, for 2 weeks straight, and even then for, like, the rest of the time we practiced, though, but for 2 weeks straight, bro, anytime we scrimmaged, bro, anything we did, bro, I dominated, bro. Like, like dominated. Like people, like I'm talking about dominated. Like you can call any of my teammates, you could call them in 10, 20 years and ask them about Scout Team MJ. They still have some fear about what I did to them. People
That's
like
funny.
coaches used to like talk to our players now this year about like how much like, but in a way of like, he started here, then this is where he's at.
Right.
Like it just takes the work. I just stay work. I just stay motivated. Like, of course it sucks. Like shit's gonna happen and it's gonna suck. It's just how you respond from that. You feel me? And that's where I feel like I do a good job at, and I responded in the right way, you know. And like I said, dominated. I didn't even like the team for a good amount of the whole preseason, because like I'm going against them every day. You feel me? I'm trying to fight for 8 minutes every day. Like this shit was personal every day. And so that's what I'm saying. Practice were my game days before game days was a thing, bro. Before game days was reality to me.
That's real.
So freshman year, like I said, started off, wasn't playing, and then I remember our starting guard, Amari, he got injured one game, didn't play one game. So then, like, that left another guard, like, you feel me, another spot open. But even then, like, I got about 2 possessions, up and down. First possession I come in, though, I bring the ball up, come off a screen, pull it.
Make it or miss it.
Miss it. But and the thing is, so look, the next day we I think either later that day or the next day we on the elevator, and then coach walks in on there, and it's me and my teammate. He said, "Put this guy in." He just fucking pulls it, huh? You know, but like I know he meant it in a good way, and like he knows that's what I'm there to do, you know, and you know I got taken out, but that's not why I got taken out, you know. It's just like that wasn't my moment yet, but like you feel me. But for me, I would say to even do that, it's pretty bold. Like not thinking bold about it, but for me, I'm just like, if I got the shot, I'm gonna take it. So, but yeah, but that was pretty funny. So
you know what's before you continue, you know what's interesting about that is there's a lot of kids who end up in that situation, maybe not on a scout team or maybe not last in a rotation, but they've always been revered as a big name, or you know they come in with false expectations to where they think like, oh, I'm gonna go here and start immediately or whatever, and then they get that harsh reality where they don't play. Luckily, unfortunately, but luckily this was a familiar spot for you to know, like, okay, I got to start at the bottom of the totem pole and work my way up. So it was like, okay, I've been here before, but I'm here. You know what I mean? So now you're here today. You know what I mean?
So going like, through that, bruh, and it's crazy because I like I said, this is bigger. Whatever I do later in life is bigger than me. Like I'm gonna be able to give game. Like even now, like I started at the bottom, but I experienced the process of each position to get to where I'm at, bro. So I can help people. I know, I've been there. Like I felt that, and you feel me, educate them or coach them through that. And that's what I think, like, I find the most, like, joy out of it, and most, like, you know, like I can really do that. I can go back and talk to my teammates like I did this year to our younger guys. Like, I know what y'all feeling, bro. And like I said, like, they knew that. Like, they knew my story a little bit, so.
So talk about sophomore year. Let's talk about how freshman year ended, obviously.
Freshman year is still more to it. So then, there was a little stretch of games where I was playing like 2 minutes. Like I remember I got my first points in one of our games in like December.
How did that feel?
Hey, that was that was like I said, bro. Like it's crazy how far I came because that was like everything to me. Like I remember, I ain't gonna lie, I celebrated that.
What kind of bucket was it?
It was a step. It was a snatchback 3.
Oh, so, you created it.
It was a hezzy. Snatch 3.
Okay.
And then I remember my teammates the next week would make a joke. They were like, MJ, this the spot. They would do the same move.
That's
I love them, though. They showed me so much love, though, and like the whole staff, everybody, even the fans, bro, because they knew how much I worked and just like how much I wanted it, bro. And I got it. That was the one time. Like, I failed hella times. Like I missed about 4-5 shots before, in previous games before I made that one. So it was cool. It was magical. Moms was turned, pops was turned. Yeah, they was happy for me. But like I said, that shit felt good. And then so what really got things going my freshman year, I had a breakout game against it was like a little, it was a weak ass school. I don't even know if they was D1, but we got shut down for a minute because COVID kind of started picking up again. It was at the beginning of the January. So we put like a game within the second week of January, just a little tune-up game. And then it was against Bethesda, and
I know Bethesda.
Okay, yeah. So then I end up we blew, like we had a huge lead early, but coach already told me like the practice before, he said, "You gonna go for 15 this game." So meaning like he gonna put me in position to get 15. And then I'm just like, we just laughing about it. Then like game time come and just like, I don't know. Like I'm just on it. I'm boom. We kind of put them away. Like we start putting them away early. Halftime I got 14. I'm churned. Like I'm like, damn, 14. Like that's crazy. Halftime. And then remember just come back second half and like we already blown them out. So coach got me in, of course, because like, and then I'm just like letting it go. Like I ain't just letting it, like it was free. Like, like I ain't worried about nothing, bro. I'm just hooked out there hooping and just end up going for 32.
Damn.
Dropped 32 on them. And that was like my breakout game. And like, even though it was them as an opponent, scoring 32 as a freshman, and then I remember I got freshman of the week.
Not only that though, because I like this. I love your story for one, just because just the perseverance, right? But from the outside looking in, it's easy for people to say, "Oh, it was against Bethesda or whatever." But I know what that did for you as a player, as a person, as a man, all of the above. You feel me? Like, so I don't want you to belittle that. You know what I mean?
No,
like
not at all,
who it's against.
I always tell, and there's a couple games where I could pick and choose and say this is where this where stuff start opening, but for me, like, nah, I'm always look at Bethesda like,
it was dope,
because like I said, bro, like I was just in there just flowing, just hitting, and it gave coach confidence. That's when I started getting more minutes, like, you feel me, and yeah, it did a lot for me. I can't even like say, oh, I can't count this game because like, right. It was against Bethesda, but nah, like I counted because it opened the gateway for a lot much more points, And then
what else I want to commend you on is just, when you speak about how your teammates were happy for you, the coaches, the fans, everything, it's like that's a testament to who you were as a person throughout this journey, right? Whether it's going to, what was the school you went to, the prep school?
Scotland.
Yeah. Whether it's going to Scotland, whether it's being on the last on a rotation or on scout team, it's like obviously you still remain a good person. Because I'm not gonna lie, I had times in college where I wasn't a fun person to be around because I was. And most of it wasn't basketball related because I was just going through so much and nobody could relate to what I was going through. You know what I mean? It got to a point where like one year I was in college and my coach didn't let me go home for the summer because that's how many of my friends was out here getting murdered and shit, or going to jail for murder, or just all the different shit that I'm going through. And I didn't know how to. This is before I had ever been to therapy and all that type of shit. So I didn't know how to express myself other than punching somebody in the face type shit. You feel me? So it was like to hear you tell this story and just hear how everybody was just rooting for you constantly, and knowing that you just kept your head down and kept working, bro. That's dope. You feel me? And I just want to commend you on that.
I appreciate that.
As a former athlete who went through a similar story, and just hearing that, bro, that doesn't get talked about enough, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Because it's easy to give up, it's easy to be an asshole, it's easy to hate the world, it's easy to take it out on your teammates, your coach, and say fuck you and fuck everybody. It's very easy to do that, and the fact that you didn't at such a young age without having an older brother or a pops or somebody who went to college and could walk you through the steps. That's big, bro. Of you. You feel me? Shows very much mature. And it doesn't surprise me just from hearing the conversation. Obviously, like I said, it's our first time talking. But just hearing, that's when you went to the restroom, I was telling Mo, it's like, this dude, you could tell he's a good person. You feel me? And that's
appreciate that,
and I fuck with good people. You feel me? That's why I say, me as a resource, bro, you got me for whatever you need.
Man,
you know
that's
what I mean?
Love,
and
bro. I appreciate that.
That's forever.
Keep locking in
for sure.
Oh,
but yeah, so I didn't mean to cut your wisdom, but I just wanted to say that though, because that's
love.
That's like that's again, that's not what your ability athletically is one thing, but just personable, bro, that shit is fire to me, bro. So again, I commend you for that. But go ahead and continue with the with the
that
story.
means something for real.
For sure. No, for sure. I appreciate that. But so sophomore year, how was that now? Going into sophomore year.
So after that little, freshman year run I had, like, eventually after that Bethesda game, I ended up starting in conference like
freshman year.
So yeah. So
I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know we wasn't even done with freshman year. Okay.
So after the Bethesda game, conference starts right away. So then that's when I start making my noise. I ain't gonna lie. I start getting more buckets. I remember the first conference game I just had 6. I'm like, okay, I'm getting here. And then I think the next the conference game that really got the doors open. I remember one time I had 23 against UNLV at home, and that was coming off the bench. And then the game that really put people on notice and was like, what the hell? I had 24 against Boise State at Boise. And like tough that game, like, yeah. And that game, like it wasn't pretty as a team on our end, but like the shots, I was making, like the crowd was like starting to mess with me, and like, I just kind of put people on notice, because he had good games, good stretches right here. Oh, nah, he like, okay, consistent, he can go. Like it's him, it's not just lucky. You feel me? It's not Bethesda, So then the very next game, I get my first start. against San Diego State. I think they're maybe ranked at the time, if I can't remember, but I know they were around there. And I had a double-double, 23 and 12.
12 what?
Rebounds. So, and then that game was like, it gave me the confidence for a lot. And then, boom, I'm starting for like the next few games, and then I injured my ankle. And then, actually, I injured my ankle way before I started starting. Like I injured it in conference, but like early in conference. So I injured my ankle, and I was just playing through it, like fighting through it. There would be games where after the game I could walk out with crutches because I couldn't put no pressure on it. Wow. But then the next day I'm trying to practice or whatever, or maybe in a boot. You feel me? So I was like that the rest of my freshman year, just fighting. And then, I ended my freshman year strong. But then I remember like after. I got like reevaluated, and then I eventually needed surgery on my ankle.
Oh wow!
So yeah, this was my left ankle. So like basically like all my joints and ligaments that help support my ankle when I land and all that. Like when I cut, I lost pretty much like I lost it, and then I had to get an internal brace screw to kind of put them back together and all that. So got that around like April, and then that's when I like getting that like. That's when shit like just not out of nowhere, but slowly and surely like flip. Like you feel me? Because like I said, I used basketball up until that point, or sports up until that point, to kind of identify me. And the mistake with that is like when it's gone, because basketball is replaceable. With who are you? And so I was trying to at that point, man, I was just trying to find other things to kind of help. Cover like what I was going through and kind of shape a new identity. And because like I was like I was drowning basically, you feel me? And then I was trying to find ways to kind of pull me up, but I was grabbing the wrong thing, so it was bringing me lower and lower, and I'm sinking. And the next thing you know, you just had rock bottom and you damn near kissing death. And that's just kind of what happened with me. And like I said, there was.
Do you want to go in detail as far as what you were kind of leaning on?
I could. I would say like. So I was such I was always such like a hard person on myself in life. Like I was my biggest critic. Like I didn't ever give myself enough credit, which is why I got this far, but which is why, you feel me, I seen the good and the bad of it. You feel me? In that time I was seeing the bad, and it was like during that time I was just so mentally hard on myself and not giving myself enough grace. And then I would try to hide it with stuff. Like I would just like wake up and just be like just drink. I ain't gonna lie, like just to drink, or you feel me? And like like I was smoking at the time, but for a bad reason. You feel me? Like I ain't gonna not, you feel me, smoking like it helped. There was times that, you feel me, it helped me, but eventually, you feel me, but at that time, like I was for the bad reason. Like you feel me, it wasn't healthy at the time. I resorted to stuff that didn't shape me. You feel me? So like. It just brought me lower and lower, and I got to a point, like I said, I hit rock bottom, and just like it was nothing anybody could do to help me anymore because I got so low. So I didn't even know how to ask for help. So it then got to a point where it's like, I ain't gonna lie, like there was times in the past where I have like had suicidal thoughts, but that it became kind of like. At that reality, like I didn't even mean to get too personal, but like it's just my story. You feel me? Like you feel me? I'm not afraid to show, like express it now. So, like I do have like a past, like I used to like you feel me, hurt myself, do different type of stuff, and
really,
and and I attempted a couple times, but they were failed attempts, and like I don't know how, but like I said, that's why it was God, like it's God's path and what I'm in, and it's just like I had to go through that just to see, for you to see like how I am today. But like I had to go through that stuff, and then it got to a point where it was like I lost hope for myself. Like I was like I was a walking dead man. So then I just felt like I couldn't go nowhere. I remember I was just dead. I was over myself. I said, I'm cool. Like I don't care what the fuck, like what happened. And then I remember my little brother came to stay for me. I wanted my little brother to come stay with me in San Jose. It was in the summer, June, for like 1 week. So I give him like a good ass week. And then I was cool, like, you feel me, really asking, like I was gonna make sure. And then I wrote a note to some of my friends, like telling them like the kind of like where my headspace was at. I didn't say it directly, but I kind of like was giving them a warning, like. So then they got scared. One of my teammates, my close teammates, shout out Alvaro Cardenas, 13. He called my parents and just notified everybody, parents, coaches, and was just like, he was worried, and he got this note, whoop whoop. And then out of nowhere, my parents like show up to San Jose. You feel me? And then I remember from there, like I was just in like a dark ass place where like if nothing felt real, like I really felt death, bro. Like where it was just everything was black, like black and white, and it was summer, like it was supposed to be feeling sunny. That summer felt dark as fuck. And they told me they was gonna take me to somebody to talk to. I thought I was just gonna talk to somebody. I ended up going to a mental health institute
really?
for about a week. And then I remember like the first few days, like they wasn't gonna let me out. Max days you could be in there is about 14. And then like, but if you're still not feeling better, then you gotta go like to the more serious shit. But like if within that 14 days, like so you gotta show growth and they'll let you out. Feel me? Minimum is like 3. So then I remember like the first 3 days, bro, I'm like fighting against the wheel. Like they take everything you could possibly have so you can't hurt yourself, like to the point you can't have strings on your shit. Like it low key felt like a healthy jail. Like if I can describe it exactly, like bro, even like they just took everything. You can make sure you wasn't gonna harm yourself. All you doing is just watching TV. We get an hour of daylight. We can go in the gym for about 30 minutes, and then other than that, you in your bed or you just in the living room, and it's just like. I don't know. It's just like it didn't feel real because it's like, how did I get here? I just 2 months ago I was a top 2 freshman in the conference. Now I'm here, so that even dropped me lower because like, what the fuck am I doing, bro? And I can't get right, and I'm hating myself for it. And like I kept hating myself for it because I feel like, bro, like I can't blame nobody. I did this to myself. You feel me? And I was just wondering for them 3 days, like, why the fuck am I in here? I was like beating myself up, bro. I ain't know what to do. And I think the one thing that helped me get up out of there, because even then when I got out of there, I was struggling, but I seen how much like everybody was worried and cared. Like that shit hurt my heart, and that's why I said I would hurt myself and make myself so much lower sometimes because like I hated that I was going through what I went through, and I hated I was putting everybody in worry. Like I hate that. I hate when people worry about me. Reason why I don't even talk about my issues. So like I remember people calling. Like I'm on the phone. Like I really was on the phone a good amount of time because I don't know how many people was calling. Just like my village though, they were worried, and just like. Just trying to talk to him, trying to explain. Like it was hard to even explain to him at the time. That's why now I want to tell my story as much as I can because now I feel comfortable and like I'm able to tell it, like for people to understand. And so yeah, then I think the thing that got me going because I had to watch the NBA Finals in there. The most thing I love to do.
You did say it was June, right?
NBA Finals for Warriors, Curry. Everybody know who love me and know me. Like that's me. Like they know. So. I remember it was Game 5. I watched Game 5 in there, like all of Game 5. They was churn. I remember they won. Boom. 2 days later, they go to Boston to play. I watched that. Look, they always be, one thing I'll say funny, we will always be arguing in there, and it was crazy people. So it was a little scary at the time. So I didn't want to argue with nobody. But at the time, people would always argue because niggas was changing the channel. People was changing the channel. And then people would be arguing and exiting in and out the living room because, like, if they turned it on to something they didn't want it, they were like, I'm going to sleep. But it was a little wild. But people, the cool thing is about it, though, they was all cool with me. They showed some love in there, bro. Like, the kids, like, they'll argue against each other with me, bro. Like, they would show some love. Like, it was really like you gonna get up out of here and be great. And they knew how much I love basketball, bro. They let me watch the whole game, bro. I call my teammates after talking about, yeah, like, yo, he did. I told you Warriors gonna win. Like, it's crazy to think that. You feel me? Like, I watched the finals in there. You feel me? And then fast forward to where I am now. That's why my goal in there, I was like, what got me motivated, I said, I gotta meet Curry one day. You feel me? However that happened, I gotta meet Curry one day. So I think that got me like,
that's very doable too, bro.
Yeah. Doable. So I low-key got my head straight. Like I said, I got up out of there, but I really was just trying to get up out of there because I ain't want nobody to keep worrying. So got up out of there like a week. Right, the first day I got out of there, we went to the Warriors parade.
Wow.
Warriors parade was the first daylight I had basically in the week. So went to the parade, and that was a good time. Of course, feel me, family, friends, teammates, friends came up and spent time with me. So it was cool. But like after that little stretch up until even season, bro, it was hard because like, okay, now we get back to reality. Now I'm at the hospital. I'm still down on my lowest. I still got an ankle that I barely rehab for because I was going through so much mental issues. I haven't touched a ball in however fucking long. So it was like, where do I go from here? And then at first, like, it was hard because I was trying to change. Like, it's hard to change habits, hella hard. Yep. So I was like in a fight for like within that time until season started, like being better. Like, I'll take 2 steps forward, but I ain't gonna lie, at that time, like when I took 2 steps forward, I was taking 3 steps back. Yep. So I wasn't really getting nowhere. I was just, if anything, I was maintaining and staying in the same spot. And then season start, boom. I did enough to feel good just for season for my ankle wise. Not even talking about basketball. Like, but the thing is, that whole off season, like up until we practiced, bro, I didn't finish 1 full week of practice. I'll be lucky to practice for 3 days in a row. Like, that was a good week for me. Wow. If I could practice 3 days in a row.
Because of your foot, or just
because of my foot, because my ankle, yeah. So, like, that was all the way until season. I never even practiced the full, practice. Our first scrimmage, I was limited minutes. And the first game, like, I ain't gonna lie, it was weird because, like, we had a real talented, like, first of all, that team set records that year. And then back to the point, like, I didn't get the most minutes, but I was getting minutes. But it's just, like, was I producing to a level I knew I could have and, like, that the coaches expected me to in the beginning? No. And I think that's what kind of was hurting me mentally because I didn't know what was wrong. But, like, thinking about it, like, I ain't have no off season. I had a lot going on. Like, it was like, in reality, like, it was gonna be really hard. Like, it's really hard. Like, of course. So then, like, the 5th game in, I feel like I'm just kind of getting to a little groove, and then I got injured again.
Wow.
But this one is my right ankle. Came down, landed wrong, boom, and then I was out for 2 weeks. And then, like, from there, like, I was just kind of in and out of games, in and out of practice. Like, now I got 2 fucked up ankles. This one not even fully rehabbed, and I'm, like, just, like, fuck this one up. So it's just, like, I'm in the training room for 2 hours a day because, like, you feel me? Like, because I'm trying to get my both ankles right. And eventually, like, I played some games, like 4 more games. And then the game right before the new year, we were going to Colorado, and it was conference started. Like the day before we travel, or I want to say, was it the day before or the day of? It was maybe the day of, like, before that practice, he was like, he ruled me out. My third trainer said, you're done for about like a good amount, like a month almost, and get reevaluated. And I said, wow. Like, I was shook. And I ain't gonna lie, I kind of knew at that point it was something, like, serious. Like, you feel me? Like, I was like, bro, I was low-key already, like, checked out, you feel me? And I traveled still with the team all the time, even though I wasn't playing, just because, like, first of all, like, I had to realize, like, even then I'm getting a front row to see college basketball. And plus, like, I love watching my brothers, bro, go out there and compete and do their thing. But I got ruled out. I remember game was the day before New Year's, so New Year's Eve. And then, so, like, basically, like, that's how I started my new year off, was, like, having that news. And we had a great win that New Year. We had a great win too going into the new year. We won on the road to Colorado State, and we was churned, you feel me? But it was hard because we had a lot of team success, and don't get me wrong, I was so proud. I was proud of my team, my brothers and everybody on that staff. But like, I was just hurting deep down inside, and I couldn't show it all the time because I didn't want to be selfish, you feel me? But I was really like, I don't know what I was thinking at the time. And it helped though that, like, the team was having success, because then it kind of got my mind off of it. But like sometimes I'll be alone, like, for sure. I was like, bro, I didn't even know if I want to keep hooping, like, especially because I was like, if I had to get surgery again, like, knowing what I went through the first time, like, you tell me I gotta go through that shit, like, possibly go through all that again. I just went through hell and hot water just to get back in this position. So it was like, I was like, I don't know. I was like, maybe I could, like, I knew, like, physically, okay, like, all right, whatever, if I go through surgery. But I was worried more mentally, like, mentally what it done to me. So then, fast forward, bro, going through all the reevaluations, I eventually did need surgery again. Basically the same thing that happened on my left ankle, I'm getting on my right ankle, and then just cleaning it all up, you know. So I get it. I remember it was March 10th, the exact day.
That's my birthday.
Like, for real? That's crazy. So, and I remember like that. So that day, my team, we played in the conference tournament too, but I couldn't even go because that's the day of my surgery. I remember I got surgery in the day and then went back enough to make the game in time to watch our team. So I don't know. I think when I found out though, like a week prior when I had to get surgery, I was like constantly, I'm like, bro, I don't know what to do. And then I remember just kind of saying, well, if I was going through the pros and cons, like, dude, like, if I keep going or if I just stop. And really, like, if I stopped, I'm like, bro, it's going to be like, I'm really going to be bad. Like, I'm going to have to really start my whole life over. Like, if I keep going, like, I can't do this the way I've been doing it, because obviously then it hasn't been working for me. So I was like, bro, I got to be all in with God. And once I, like, made that choice and was like, I'm going to try my best. Not even like I'm perfect, like, you know, but, like, I'm going to try. And you know, I always been, you know, like, Christian. Like, I got baptized. Even then, like, I got baptized way before, like, but, you know, like, you can lose your way. You know, it's hard. Like, being a Christian is hard. Like, I won't, like, you feel me? And, you know, you can lose your way here and there at times. And I could say through that time, in college, of course, like, I'm young. I'm just trying to, you feel me? There's a lot of stuff going on. I'm a D1 basketball player and I'm hooping. And then all of a sudden I get injured. It's hard. Like, you know, it's hard. But I said, I'm going to go all in with God. And once I made that choice and did it God's way, bro, more than basketball turned around for me. I said I wanted to be a better person. Like, I wanted to turn my life around at 180 degrees. I could finally say I did that from that point. Because, like, the person who I was at that time and who I was kind of becoming and creating wasn't me. You feel me? And, you know, even though I'd have good moments and good times, it wasn't me. And I wasn't even feeling like I was feeling uncomfortable, but uncomfortable. Bad uncomfortable. Like, I know this isn't me, but I can't stop it. And then once I, you know, make that switch, like, I started doing things, like, moving in the right direction in terms of just, first, my mindset, how I approach days, what's my purpose in life for, all that changed, you know, because so much revolved around basketball. But once God got in the picture, bro, it was bigger. It's so much bigger than basketball. Like, I'll be thinking about what basketball's going to do for me for life down the road. I'll be thinking about, how can I be better with God when I wake up, instead of, like, you know, I'm gonna go get my shots, but, like, I'm thinking of that before I'm thinking of, you know, how many shots I'm gonna make, you know, like, God, you know, like, you know, and I wish there was bigger words than thank you or, like, you know, I appreciate God, but, like, that's what it is. Like, what you see is like I'm his seed, you know, I'm God's seed. Like, that's just what I claim myself to be. And
that whole little stretch you just kind of spoke about, from the first injury to this moment, it was like, that's why I just let you just cook. I don't want to interrupt you. I don't want to ask you no more questions, because it's like, no bullshit, bro. That's literally why I started this podcast, for those stories right there. Like,
bro, that's love.
When I thought, okay, I want to do a podcast, it was like, okay, I want to interview the people that I know that are athletes, but I want to talk about the not pretty sides of it, right? And where I relate with it, almost start making me emotional, to be honest with you. And that's like the third time that's happened to me on camera. Like, I've had guests cry and shit like that, but for me, it's because I've dealt with a similar thing, right? And my situation it wasn't an injury, but it was more so the fact of, so I went Division I out of high school to New Mexico State. At the time, we were in the WAC with San Jose State, but I transferred after a semester because I'd only played 2 years of varsity basketball. So my thing was, okay, put myself back on I was a qualifier too, so okay, put myself back on the market. Worst case scenario, I do 1 year and I'm done. Worst case, okay, maybe 2. But it didn't work out like that, right? So then, just like you, I resorted to alcohol, right? And it was to the point to where I went to a national JUCO in Nebraska, right? So now I'm top 3 point guards in the country. It was me, a dude named Pierre Jackson, and a guy named Blake Nash was his name, right? And, I mean, Pierre Jackson ended up touching the league for me, and he was cold, I ain't gonna lie. I think he's still playing overseas. But it got so bad, bro, I was drinking like I was getting a fifth of liquor every 2 days. You feel me? So I would go and I wasn't even 21 at the time, so I would go get a bottle, drink half of it, the next day drink the other half of it. And I was so cold, like, I would be coming to the practice. They knew they could smell the liquor on me coming out my pores on the things, but it was like, again, that's all I knew how to cope with what I was going through. Again, that's why I tell everybody 2010 was one of the worst years of my life. You feel me? I didn't care about basketball, but I was so good at it that I was still getting recruited.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm still killing. I'm like, it was just, at this point, it's second nature for me. You know, I'm not working out no more. I started gaining hella weight, you know, but again, I'm still serving, but I wasn't in it for the right reasons at that point. It wasn't for me anymore. It was more so for, okay, I'm the first person in my family to go to college and get to this point, especially athletically. So, like, when I'm listening to you speak, it was like I never ended up into a mental institution, but I was having those same thoughts of, like, what is my purpose? Why am I here? I didn't have kids at the time, and I tell everybody, like, I got 2 kids now. My son will be 10 this year, but if it wasn't for them, bro, I don't know where I would be right now. Like all of this and how I like transpired and who I am now was like my kids. I was like, I can't keep going down. Like I hit rock bottom at one point, and it was just like, okay, at this point, how do I never fucking see this place again? You know, the darkest spots in my life. And again, like I said, I wasn't fun to be around, and I would isolate myself. You feel me? So again, to see where you are now, and I can't wait to hear about this junior year season because that's not that far removed. You know what I mean? From where
bro, it's crazy because like it's year to year. Like you feel me? Like you feel me? Just like that. Like that's why with the quote, like your life can change in a year.
Facts.
Like it could really change in a few months, bro.
Yeah.
So. But yeah,
no, that's real, bro. And again, I feel like I'm giving you so much love and just like props.
You. And props to you too.
No, for sure.
Like,
I appreciate that.
That's crazy. Like I didn't even know about that. Like I didn't even know like the like you big mental health advocate. Like that's like when we talk about identity, like that's who I am. To be real, like I try to tell the people that first. Like, I'm a Christian. Like I'm a Christian, and then I'm big on mental health and stuff like that. And then, like I said, I tell my story. I got a TikTok. Matter of fact, like about certain little things that I went through or little conversation. Like try to like if people want help, they could reach out, but they can see this video that can help. And it's just like I could relate in a way, so it's not like you're here alone because I know how much like you can feel alone in that time. So yeah, like I'm big on that. Like forget like I said, because there's some things in my story where I could be saying stuff like I might not even want my coaches or like people to know, but it's bigger than me. Like you feel me? This who I am has made me who I am and the person y'all see right now. Like
it's funny for me, right? Because like my pops, right? He and I had a conversation because I'm very vulnerable on here. And there's, like you said, there's stuff that I've said on here that I've never even talked to my parents about. Yeah. So my pops called me one day. And he was like, damn, I always thought that you were good. And he felt bad because he was focusing more on my godbrother, which was Damon Powell, who, again, at the time, he was him at Mac. You know what I mean? High flyer. He was everything. Yeah. And my dad was like, man, I always thought you were so good. Now I'm hearing your podcast and you saying that. And it's like, I never had resentment towards him because I didn't know how to express how I felt. I just always knew I felt off. You know what I mean? But it's like, when it comes down to it, bro, I'm so deep into this shit now, bro. And a lot of people don't know this. I've never even said this publicly, but like, I'm going back to school to become a therapist. I'm in the process of creating a program.
Bro, that's what's up. We need more people.
I'm creating a program for mental health for athletes specifically. Yeah. Like I've already done speaking engagements with, again, one of my close friends coaches at Cal State Dominguez Hills. I'm really close with Bruni over at Cal State East Bay. Okay. And it's like I talk to their team all the time. You know what I mean? I do Zoom meetings. That's what's up. And it's like I want to figure out a way to, when people are hitting these lows in their college career, like they can't afford therapy. Therapy is expensive as fuck. You know what I mean? And I don't even want to call it therapy, but it's just some form of wellness mentally. Like there's trainers for if I hurt my ankle, or there's I can go to the training room if I got an injury or something. But what about this, bro? Like what about my mental? Yeah. Where can I turn when this doesn't feel right? You know what I mean?
Nah, no, for real, because I like. There's some schools out there who got sports psychologists, like
really?
some like specific for their teams, like just for that basketball team. So I think that changes the game a lot. But
for sure,
like what you said though, like for real, like we need more people like that because like the little wellness center, student wellness center, they got the therapy in there, bro. I tried that, bro, when I was going through a lot, bro. It was not beneficial at all. But then I went to an actual like real therapist, and then that's when things like that's when I kind of start like. Accepting like what I was feeling, like it helped me like a lot is what I'm saying. And then like I stopped going to therapy because like when I went through the surgery, like I was not mobile enough. But I feel like right then and there, like I said, like that's when God took the wheel. Like he was kind of my therapist and like the person like I was going to about everything that I had on my mind. So yeah.
But yeah, so like I said, bro, I just commend you for where you are today, and I know where you're going. And like I said, I'm always gonna be a resource, even if you just want to chop it up, bro. You know what I mean? Like I appreciate no bullshit. Bro. But let's talk about how do you transition from the latest injury into your junior year, which is the most recent year.
Okay, so basically, I ain't gonna lie. The focus for me from like April till June was to get me right as a person, get me as how do I put it? Get myself in good enough position and a good enough headspace and good enough physically to where when summer comes and I could like really attack the off season, that I could just focus on basketball and attack the off season. But I'm gonna try to build myself up in life and as a person and as a character just find my identity again from April to May, from April to like June, I should say. And I did that. Like I said, I got involved in Bible study groups. I was talking to the right people when I was talking. I was going to church every Sunday. What else? I read for the past for a year, I would say I read books. Like I read a book every day. So I mean, I started doing things when we talk about building good habits, and like I said, how I built them bad habits, I was turning it around and doing slowly the good habits. So then I stay consistent in doing those every day. And then now I get to a point where I'm like a good position where I'm like, okay, built that foundation. Now I can build off this and go somewhere. And then, like I said, like I felt like that I could say I built foundation within that time period. And then June, like I said, I felt like that's when I built the foundation of the basketball me. And then I kept growing in life. But that's why I said like my life and basketball coincide. I was growing in both, had to find myself in both again. And I think that's why that's off season like was as big as it was. And it was more than basketball, because just like I was exploring my opportunities. I was just taking risks and seeing different things that would help me benefit me in a good way. So yeah, that was basically like my off season. And even for basketball, like I said, I kind of had to find myself on the court. Like I knew I was going to be as athletic as I was because of the surgeries. I knew I'm going to have to like work ethic was never a problem. I'm in there all the time, but like just being more strategic with my workouts. Okay, I know I got to get back this. I know I want to be better defensively. So it's just like that's what my off season was. It's very strategic. Like it was organized. Like I knew I had a purpose.
Dope.
So
that's dope. So let's talk about your junior year, which is obviously, like I said, the most recent one. A lot of the clips that I saw of you from Mo was from this year. So
yeah.
Talk about that and just how it transpired, how you felt, how you feel now. This new transition. Did that cut off? That middle one? It's good? All right. What about that one? Can you check that one for me? All right. Yeah, so just talk about just this year, how it felt, how you feel, where you are now, and just your mindset and everything like that.
Man, this season I could just, if I could say it in like a little quote, it would just be, what don't break you, make you. And that's what it was, because like I said, I was to the point where I could have really broke, but I flipped it, enough to where, in a matter of time to where like I put me in a great position to succeed. And then from there, when you just have to worry about the main thing being the main thing and like the other distractions not being as distracting anymore, okay, we can get somewhere and we can slowly grow. And at the beginning of the season, I'm not going to say like I was, I can't complain. Like I know I haven't played in a long time. I was still doing what I had to do, but I knew if you're talking about like the resemblance to how much work I put in and to how much I was producing at the time, it wasn't coinciding. I knew I was putting way more work in, like I would do things in practice, but it just wouldn't like get there in the game. So it was like basically that first little half of the season, I was trying to get back to used to playing basketball again. Like, you feel me? Like, so, but I had some games though. Like I said, like, I remember the Virgin Islands, we went to the Virgin Islands at Thanksgiving, and I ended up getting the all tournament. So like, I can't complain at all. Like, I was doing my job. But then like when we talking about like, I really start feeling me and seeing my potential and my growth over the time being is when the conference started, and off the gates I had 30 against Boise. So
yeah, you got something against Boise.
I said, hey, shout out to Boise. Yeah, I always did say that. I said, man, shout out to them. Anytime funny. I need a bucket, I know they I know they got me. Nah, but for real though. But yeah, I remember came off the bat, boom, and then that kind of set the tone for the rest of the way. Me not saying I was perfect all the way through or great all the way through, but you look at the consistency throughout the games, I mean, it's pretty, in conference I averaged 17, 18 points a game, and overall the season I averaged 15.7, so it just shows like, that stuff, like I know, like I ain't gonna say like, bro, I wish I knew I you feel me? I could have got more, but not even saying it as in like in a cocky way. But like I know me, like I could have got more. It just wasn't my time. Like I know more is going to come, but it's just like I'm blessed for what I was able to put up, and God putting me in a position so I can go and be me. And you feel me? Just to be back on that court was a blessing. So everything else that came on top of that, I mean, it's crazy. Like I said, I feel like I'm in like a dream right now because low-key I am. This is what, back in high school when we talk about my junior year when I had nothing, this is what I was visioning and wanting to have, and I had, you know, it's in my hands. That's why I say I'm in a comfortable space because I'm not used to that, you know. So, but yeah, I finished the season out strong, and yeah, so I mean, just put myself in position, like I said, to go explore opportunities and just try to go maximize my potential over there. So
before we close out, just talk about the mindset and the decision to transfer and enter the portal and, you know, leave San Jose State, and just how that came about, and, you know, just you can go from there.
Yeah, so it wasn't easy, and I ain't gonna lie, I was contemplating a lot. Like even during the season, like people were, you know, it's not any secret. Like like people were kind of, what would I say? What's the word? People were kind of like sketchy about it. Like they kind of knew like I had that option, and it wasn't easy. Like I said, it wasn't even till maybe like I was so on to staying for so long, if I'm being honest, like that I didn't think I really was gonna leave. Like I made up a joke around, like you feel me, because I knew it was an option, but I'm like my heart's here. Like you feel me, I grew. Like I feel like I was in a position where just like I was in a great position. Like you feel me, but I remember, what was it? I think around February. February was just a hard month for me, for a lot of stuff, family stuff, but that's when it kind of getting serious, and just like, cause seasons are ending around the corner, like of what you're gonna do, and I was like, especially with everything that was going on with family, I was like, I'm staying. Like I don't even want to go. Like I want to stay and just try to be that, you feel me, that light for my family. But I think it helped me realize around that time, like no matter what, my family always gonna be watching. They always gonna be like when I shine, they shining with me. So it's not even like I gotta particularly be here. You feel me? And so I think that was the first time like I was like, maybe I'll consider it. And then when it got to the end of the season, I was still like 50-50. And then I think what ultimately came down to it was just like I asked myself, like, my biggest thing is like maximizing in the position you're in before you can move on. And I remember kind of telling myself like I won't even consider transferring unless I do my job here. Like if I do my job in conference, and like I could say like I did what I was supposed to do, and I asked myself, did I maximize, not even on the court, did I maximize my time in San Jose? And I honestly can answer and said I did, and that's just what it came down to. Because like for me, I know it's bigger than basketball. I know God has something bigger in store for me. So I was like, whatever I did here, whatever inspiration I left here, or with the people I had here, I just want to like I want y'all to keep that and use that. And I did my job. I know I did my job here and that aspect, because there's people who come up to me like on a daily, like especially the last month. Now that more people know about my story, like you're really inspiring, bro. Like showing me love, and I'm just thankful. And it's not me, it's God though. But like I said, I did what God had called me to do, and it was just time to go do, go be that somewhere else now. Go try to bless other people. It's bigger than what I meant. Like I don't want to, I want to be able to expand and see how much I could grow. You feel me? I feel like I would have been kind of boxing myself in staying in San Jose. So, and
there is a such thing as being loyal to a fault.
Yeah, and I was the truth is I was comfortable. Like I was getting a little comfortable, and like I don't want to be in a position where and I was just gonna get more comfortable, and I don't want to be in that position. I want to, you feel me? When I'm uncomfortable is when I'm most motivated and hungry and just ready for more.
Well, that's real, bro. I appreciate you, man, for pulling up. This was a super dope and inspiring story, bro. Like I said, from here on out, man, you got me. We locked in. Obviously that's my guy over there. And as soon as he reached out, I was like, oh, yeah, bro, it's a no-brainer. You know what I mean? Even though I had never met you. But I'm glad I did. I'm glad you, shared your story on my platform. Again, I salute you. I commend you for where you've gone, where you're going to continue to go. However I can help with my connections, my relationships, bro, they're all yours. Keep going, bro. When them times do get hard, shit, if you need, like I said, if you need to call me, don't hesitate. If you need to text me, whatever. I'm used to it. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm so vulnerable on here. Everybody, like, that's why my therapist, when I had took her to lunch and I was like, man, I'm thinking about going back to school to become a therapist. And she was like, oh, you need to do it. She was like,
bro,
for one, we need people. We need more people that look like us in that space. And she was just like, other than that, like, I know you care about people. Like, you're passionate about the people around you and the people that you touch and the impact you leave on people. And yeah, bro, like I said, man, I salute you. I'm definitely gonna be following your career from here on out. I know you don't have a decision yet, but I can't wait to know what you decide. Even if you need me to make some calls for you, if I know some people, just let me know, bro. And I appreciate you,
man.
brother.
I appreciate you, man. This was great, bro. Thank you for having me.
Of course,
this
bro.
Was good.
Any closing words before we sign out, man, for the camera?
Man, just first off, just want to thank God for all this, all the journey. You feel me? And you know, it's not, you don't get me without like God. God is in me. God is, you know, is what keeps me going. So, yeah, shout out to my Heavenly Father, and just also thank you to San Jose. Like, you know, it wasn't an easy farewell, and like I said, this is a decision based bigger than basketball, bigger than me. You know, it's beyond me and beyond what you guys have done for me, and I'm thankful for everything y'all done for me and forever will. And I want y'all to know that the whole staff, everybody I've played with, my time there, and just so thank y'all for real. And then just stay in tune to to the decisions and to the future we got coming. So yeah.
All right, brother. Salute, man. I appreciate you, man, for real.